Good evening. It's your friend Daniel Hutchins, and I'm back again for another video. So today's video, we're going to be talking about Fantastic Four, Robert Pattinson, and more. Okay, first with the Fantastic Four. Okay, from our friend Screen Rant, of course, because nowhere else. It's Screen Rant. Okay, Fantastic Four, strange marriage literally saved Thing's life. Fantastic Four mega event Reckoning War has nearly killed the Thing, but he saved the most important non superhero character from Marvel history. Spoilers from Fantastic Four number 41. The Thing of the Fantastic Four has his latest brush with death in the pages of Fantastic Four number 41. His marriage was the only thing preventing him from shuffling into a mortal coil for good. Again, Benjamin Grimm, or otherwise known short for Ben Grimm, has seen his sort of danger, even before joining Marvel's first family. But the new Reckoning War crossover event is the team's grandest and most high stake adventure ever, with the fate of the universe at stake. Titanic battles between aliens and cosmic creatures beyond human understanding. Leave it for most humans of the customs to save the day. The Reckoning War also began where the Watcher observes various planets armed with Watcher technology, again culminating from a Dune ship, liberating the Earth moon, and pieces where a satellite rained down on the planet below. Now, after the Fantastic Four deal with the deadly debris, they journey into space and confront reckoning species. They have to have their first journey into space with the Shi'ar Empire, where, along with the She-Hulk, and to protect Crystal, the nexus of all reality. Again, the Thing spots the warrior Rapture, and the two have to fight. Again, his fighting style, which consists most of head-on charges, no defense, regards his enemies with swords. Rapture then brings her blade down against Thing's outstretched hand. Parts of his rocky skin were peeled away. He isn't dead though, to astonishment. He notices his reddened wing took the attack from the Met from him. Alyssia, he can only say as Rapture attacks the second time. Ben is only saved thanks to Reed's timely intervention. Okay. Ben Grimm and Alyssia Masters' romance have existed for nearly 5 decades. One of the elements of Ben's character has fans admired the most. Alyssia is a blind artist, and Ben is initially believed to be attracted to him because, again, we know she couldn't see Ben's true face, though she did feel it and she didn't seem to mind. Ben has assumed Alyssia would eventually tire of him, but even imagined so, she was attracted to the Silver Surfer directly before This Man, This Monster, which is the classic Thing story. That the two have worked together through their differences and finally married in 2019. They culminated in a Thing wedding ring, literally saved his life. The Thing did not escape the battle unscathed though. He still is badly injured, held together by the grit and of Reed Richards. The relationship with Alyssia grounds the Thing as a more human character of the Fantastic Four. Despite having his distinct non-human visage, the Fantastic Four are down but not out and the Reckoning War continues. Hopefully the Thing would survive the event and reunite with Alyssia on Earth. Okay, so that's what's going on with the Thing from Fantastic Four. Okay, you want to know more stuff? Well, we're going to talk about Robert Pattinson. Okay, Robert Pattinson wants to appear in the second Dune movie. Yeah, Robert Pattinson talks about initially drawing him from the Batman and expresses his desire to work with the Dune director. Fresh off the successful opening weekend of the Batman, Robert Pattinson has opened up other blockbuster franchises he'd want to be interested in. He wants to work in Dune too. After the initial breakout roles, films like Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and most notable heartthrob Edward Cullen from the Twilight franchise, Patterson has eschewed some blockbuster fare for much darker small films and acclaimed directors Claire Denis, Robert Eggers, and Saf Dave Bubbers. Again, he's marked the return of bigger budgets in the Christopher Nolan's mind-boggler Tenet before he was done Batman. Again, D- Dune 2 Dune 2 has to start film in the summer, but there are several plum roles yet to be filled. He wants to have one of those roles, though, the sci-fi epic. It's neat to split into two parts. The first film establishes just a few of those houses, vying over some control over the desert planet Arrakis, which is a prime source for the galaxy's more important powerful commodity. A mind-altering substance called the spice has allowed faster than light travel. The film hero is Timothy Chalamet's Paul, heir to the house Atreides, who then visions the leading of a messianic uprising and must overcome great obstacles to achieve his destiny. The sequel is to be the Oscar nominated film and eyeing for a 2023 release date. Okay, Patterson returned to the blockbusters. Seems he's been more driven to talent behind the camera than the size of his money. Now, in case of Batman, initial interest became more of an obsession for Patterson after Ben Affleck has left his film. Therefore, wound up in Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Again, we know Matt Reeves' hand. We know Variety, which is a news site, said Patterson talks about drawing him to a project. I love the Apes movies very much, but two of them, there's only been two movies. Well, three now if you think the sequel. Again, Apes movies, Sicario, Dune. I saw both Apes movies in cinema. We thought we can do that mocap with the unbelievable things, but if we can do that as a monkey's face, we can do performance quite well out of me. Again, having achieved half his goal by working with Reeves on the Batman, that only leaves him working with the acclaimed French-Canadian filmmaker who made the movie Dune. Now, starring in that film seems precisely what he wants to do, for it would be up his alley. This French-Canadian filmmaker is known for intense sound designs, visually arresting imagery, and dark cerebral subject matter. Therefore, this can be found in the rest of Patterson's recent outputs. Imagining him as Patterson in an expansive roster of Dune characters is not difficult. There are several to be villainous Harkonians yet to be cast, and he could be excel at them. Again, some other Harkonians, power-hungry nephew to the Baron for one, and again, the jealous ruler of the Imperium, with the house to the current peril of Arrakis, as well to the Enoch advisor slippery assassin, Count Fenring, either of which could be Pattinson's command and presence of an actor, while again wishing to be part of the second Dune movie in 2023, might be a pipe dream for Patterson in the moment. Crazy things have happened, and a little persistence, he might still make a pipe dream that reality. Okay, so what do you think about Robert Pattinson having wanted to join the second Dune movie? If you saw the first Dune movie, let me know in the comments below. But if you haven't, check it out. It's on HBO Max. This Dune movie is on HBO Max. Okay, so we're going back to our friend Screen Rant again. We're going to talk about a couple more things, y'all. Okay, so yeah, there's more stuff. Okay. Okay. Robert Pattinson wants to star in a Planet of the Apes sequel. Okay. Okay, Robert Pattinson wants to star in a Planet of the Apes sequel. Again, from his range from Twilight to Tenet, he's currently on the big screen as Batman, which already has hit theaters already. It's been one of the best opening weekends since Suicide Squad in 2016. Again, we have familiar characters like Zoe Kravitz, Paul Dano, Jeffrey Wright, Andy Serkis, and Colin Farrell. Again, the film's directed by Matt Reeves, who struck the gold as a feature director in the 2008 giant monster film Cloverfield. Again, following that up with a 2010 horror remake, Let Me In. He then swept up blockbuster franchise big leagues with the 2014 Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and 2011 Apes reboot prequel Rise of the Planet of the Apes. The film was such a success that critically returned to 2017's War for the Planet of the Apes. Okay, so that's a lot of Planet of the Apes. But again, when Patterson was speaking with Variety, which is a news site, recently he wanted to still work on the Batman, but he also wanted to work on Planet of the Apes. Again, we don't know too much about this though, but all we know is that I thought we could be cool with going to mocap and just so unbelievable. He can just do a monkey's face and get the performance from me well, he said his quote below. I love those Apes movies so much there's only been two movies, well three now, where I want to do a sequel. The Apes movies, Sicario and Dune, have sold both the Apes movies in the cinemas, but we just thought he would be good with a mocap, just unbelievable. He could do my monkey's face and then get a performance out of me as well. That's what he's hoping to do. But luckily, Patterson has an opportunity for the horizon over him. 20th Century 20th Century Studios president Steve Asbell has been making progress with the fourth Planet of the Apes movie. Again, expected to be filming later this year. The Maze Runner director Wes Ball is expected to take directorial duties, so Patterson wouldn't be working with Reeves. But again, there are some looking good for what appears to be a franchise down the road. Planet of the Apes would certainly be an interesting move for Patterson to make in his career. Therefore, it's already a precedent for a move, considering he was already in the Goblet of Fire, and he was also already, again, Goblet of Fire, and again, Goblet of Fire co-star Tom Felton has already held a role in Rise of the Planet of the Apes. The actors recently bounced back and forth between well-received independent projects. Therefore, a bigger blockbuster, should he choose to be in big-budget arenas, the commitments to potential Batman 2 has also allowed him to fit in his schedule. It would be about as far as his role as Bruce Wayne is possible to get. Okay, so that's what's going on with the idea of Robert Pattinson wants to join Dune 2 and also Planet of the Apes sequel. So that's what's going on with Robert Pattinson and where we want to see him. Other than Batman 2, there is possibility or there is rumor that now, like we just said, he wants to be in Dune 2 and he wants to be in a Planet of the Apes sequel, which is a fourth Planet of the Apes movie, which again is still been in development. Okay, so we're going to take a break of Patterson and we're going to go to. You want to know what's going on with David F. Sandberg, the director of Shazam? I can fill you in on Shazam. So, the director, David F. Sandberg of Shazam, has offered updates on the movie's progress with the voice effects. Okay, Shazam 2 director David F. Sandberg gives an update on the voice effect progress of the movie. It's called Bigger Than the Original. Shazam 2 Fury of the Gods director David F. Sandberg has given us an update on the film's voice effects projects. Again, Sandberg is returning to direct the film of the 2019 Shazam, which introduced us to the DC Extended Universe. The first film is just the origin, so basically we already know about the origin, so we're just skipping over that part. But before Shazam, Sandberg was best known for the horror genre with his movie directing Lights Out. He also did Annabelle Creation, and he also did some other horror stuff as well. But in his knowledge of the voice effects, often showing that he collaborated with actress who is married to Sandberg in the projects, Lawson had a cameo in Shazam. So again, we know that. And then, of course, in a cameo in Shazam, it appears to return for a sequel, according to Instagram posts that they made, although that is not clear in what capacity. Sandberg, the director of Shazam, also has an Instagram post where in a photo, he's apparently looking at voice effects shots from a film to the big screen. In those captions, he shared his excitement of how well his first movie was in 4K. After making lower budget films getting his 4K up the ground, You can check out his Instagram post on Pony Smasher. You can see on Instagram. Again, inspiring the voice effects shots from the proper 4K shots of the film. You can see it on Instagram. Now, Shazam heavily relied on voice effects not only because of the nature of hero power, but also similar to Superman, but also because that's the creature design required for villains' personifications of the seven deadly sins, gave them a chance to not only have great effects on display, but the ambitious fight sequence. However, with the producer suggesting that Shazam 2 also has action sequences that are even bigger than before. That's the case with voice effects team definitely saying their work is cut out for them. The action and effects won't be the only thing evolving from their predecessor. Eva Shafran also said that our child stars are older now, and the comedic tone of the original can be in a more edgier direction. The prospect of all possibility of improvement of Shazam 2 Fury of the Gods could offer some early stages of the franchise exciting. There is still some mystery surrounding the plot, but speculation says that it ramps up leading up the upcoming Black Adam movie, which also is an origin. Against Shazam's main comic book foes, there are promises bigger action scenes in 4K would happen, and Shazam and Black Adam will have a face-off sometime in the future. Okay, but Black Adam is coming out in July of this year, and Shazam Fury of the Gods is coming out June of next year. Okay, so that's what's going on with Shazam stuff. Okay, so in case y'all want to know what's going on with Shazam, I just filled y'all in. Okay, so we're going to keep going. Yeah, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. We're talking about another thing, hopefully. There is a lot of stuff they posted over the weekend here on Screen Rant, so I'm just trying to fill y'all in some of the good stuff. Okay, so okay, you want to know more about the Mandalorian? I can tell you more about the Mandalorian. Mandalorian person Bill Burr will write and star directorial debut Old Dads. The famed actor and comedian Bill Burr is set to star, write, and make his own feature film directorial about the comedy Old Dads. This is 4 hours ago. Actor comedian Bill Burr has also set star and write direct upcoming comedy film Old Dads. A Grammy-nominated comic-packed resume spreads everywhere from comedy albums and stand-up specials to a Netflix hit anime series F is for Family, Breaking Bad, and the Disney Plus Mandalorian. Bill Burr has also continued to prove throughout his career he can dominate any role he's thrown in his direction. Therefore, with comedian impressive career he spanned over an entertainment board, and Bill Burr has yet to make his feature directorial debut till now. We know that Bill Burr is set to star, write, and direct upcoming film Old Dads, which again, according to Deadline, Old Dads will see a father, him, and two of his best friends discover that they're out of touch with the current times after selling their business to millennials, hilariously attempting to navigate fatherhood with their personal lives in ever-evolving worlds. We know this because there is some connection that Old Dads based on their life experiences with slices of cultural commentary blended throughout along with Burr, Bobby Cannavale, and Bokeem Woodbine, which will also star in an upcoming comedy film as well. Okay, Miramax and Burr has their own all things comedy, which will basically be currently an upcoming project with Bill Block, with Bad Moms and Dirty Grandpa. We also know Monica Levinson, Borat, and Mike Bortorelli on board with the film producer. Production for the comedy film began earlier this year in Los Angeles. Now we know fans of Bill Burr are already highly anticipating the comedian's feature film directorial debut of Old Dads, though it is sure to be yet another hit for Bill Burr's already impressive career. Okay, so that's what's going on with comedian Bill Burr. Okay, just figured I'd fill y'all on that. Okay, so you want to know something else? I can tell you something else. Okay, since we told you guys about Bill Burr. Okay, there's a lot of stuff on here, everyone. Okay, okay, okay. You want to know more about the Juggernaut? I can tell you more about the Juggernaut. The Juggernaut has secret murder spree, makes him an anti-hero, his reinvention a joke. Okay, the horrible truth behind the Juggernaut has his power revealed. Redemption is an absolute joke. Okay, we know the Juggernaut is from X-Men and Marvel Comics career. He's had a secret murder spree, elevating his level to villainy, making his anti-hero reinvention a joke. Kane Marco, aka a supervillain Juggernaut, after obtaining a gem within the Temple of Sidorak, which granted him all the powers of Crimson Bands. Sidorak, however, the task Juggernaut has completed before claiming his mystical powers on his own. Redemption for his character impossible. In the new Excalibur number 15 by Frank Thierry and Jim Carafori, the Juggernaut has turned over a new leaf and assisting the teams of superheroes to fend off a deadly threat. Juggernaut gave up his criminal way to a demon god named Sidorak, which charms Marco to a test of strength to prove worthy if he's remaining as the Juggernaut. Kane Marco passes the test, but new Excalibur team arrives at the mystical temple to find that Juggernaut's past. Now, again, the truth about Juggernaut's past. In order to fully become the Juggernaut, Kane Marco has to touch the Cybert Rax gem. He first defeats the previous Juggernaut and completes the task a predecessor refused. Thus, himself as the loyal soldier of Cyberrack, Marco has successfully defeated the older Juggernaut and proceeded as the second assignment to free roam the Earth and cause much chaos as he can muster. The assignment was utterly to annihilate his predecessor's home village as his people stopped worshiping the Cyberrack in favor of another deity. The village contained men, women, and children, and Juggernaut killed them all. With his revelation, Juggernaut was exposed as a mass murderer. He then did a lot of far cries from the standard destructing criminals he's known before in current X-Men continuity, although the Juggernaut's on an on-roster, off-roster type shoot X-Men team, led by Nightcrawler and the Legionnaires, we know working with them as an X-Men anti-hero has also murderous past as hard pills to swallow. While in the time we know it's hard to fans forgive Juggernaut after he's wiped out an entire village off the face of the earth. Pursuit of power. We know Juggernaut has made significant strides to never do something like that again, but Juggernaut severed his Cyberrack after he convinced and granted the power of the bands of Cyberrack, forging the earth, than not being trapped in limbo. The only reason the Juggernaut killed those people was because of Cyberrack's influence over him. The influence was just since removed. Ever since then, the dark powerful force guild in his hand, the Juggernaut chooses to do whatever he wants, asked to order to keep his vast amount of power. No matter how atrocious it might sound, he assuredly won't do something like that ever again. Though the fact that Juggernaut was able to ever do that, it makes an anti-hero reinvention an absolute joke. Okay, so that's what's going on with the Juggernaut. You wanted to know what happened with the Juggernaut, so I filled you in on what's going on with the Juggernaut. Okay, I'm going to tell you one more thing, and then we're going to wrap this up. Okay. All right, but don't be alarmed, guys. I'm just going to do some more though. But I just figured I'd do one more on this chat, and then I'll do more stuff later on. Okay, everyone. Okay. You want to know what's going on with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? I can tell you what's going on with the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. star has hoped new fans would find that show on Disney+. With the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. moving to Disney+, like the rest of the Marvel library, we know Elizabeth Henstridge hopes new fans will find it in other shows. Again, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. star Elizabeth Henstridge is hopeful that more fans will find her show once it moves to Disney+. We know well before Marvel Cinematic Universe characters like Scarlet Witch and Loki, there were other TV shows like ABC series Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We know that it was led by our favorite agent, Phil Coulson, played by Clark Gregg. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't always fit in with MCU canon, although it has 7 seasons. The place within the Marvel Cinematic Universe remains their question to the day. Nevertheless, guys, it's still an important part of Marvel history. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has endured a rockier fan reception than the earlier seasons, though over time it gradually became a series of dedicated fan bases. Though it came to close in 2020, yet managed to live on through streaming on Netflix, that helped only just a week when Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., along with the rest of the Marvel lineup, departed the stream service to jump to Disney Plus. 7 shows will be available on Disney Plus on March the 16th. Like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., there's Daredevil and all other recent shows. Again, during a recent interview, we see a TV line that, again, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. star Elizabeth Henstridge reacted to her show switch to Disney Plus. Henstridge, who's been a biochemist, Gemma Simmons, for all 7 seasons of S.H.I.E.L.D., again expressed excitement at this change, especially because it's hopefully allowed us to discover it along with the Marvel Cinematic Universe offering. Her comment as followed below. Oh, I love it. I mean, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is living on whatever wonderful, especially somewhere like Disney Plus, where you can discover it almost amongst other shows like Daredevil. Again, you're probably going to be more like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. New people can discover it there, plus the nostalgia is still there. You can binge that show in 7 seasons. Like, we're really cool, really happy. It's just a really good home for it. So even now, the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. fan base remains very strong to this very day, or so the legend says. Now, earlier this year, many took to social media to promote a hashtag calling Marvel to save Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., revived the show with Simmons and Daisy Johnson, played by Chloe Bennett. Right now, Marvel does not have any plans to bring those characters back into the fold, although they are moving that show over to Disney Plus, so there is hope for them somehow. So Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. ended on a heartfelt, bittersweet note where they tied all the characters' arcs together. Though season 7 isn't had a definitive end, the door is left open for other adventures. It would fairly be simple to integrate those Henstridge Simmons with the rest of the MCU, even though it's been recent plot holes through Disney Plus, like WandaVision and also other shows in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Again, let me know your thoughts about that, about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., hoping that they have some new ways to make a comeback for our friends on Disney Plus. Again, let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know your thoughts. I really want to know your thoughts. It's really important. So again, this closes out another live stream chat, and you guys have a great day. And I'll see you guys in our next one. See you, everyone.